you know, you can, because of the personnel we had on the field, we had big personnel on the field. I mean, Spence was in the game. There's not a whole lot of plays we can get to, you know, that I can just call kind of off the cuff. We did it on the one, and I was thinking, this is way too important. We're down by 4 points. We need a touchdown here. Who cares about the timeouts at this point? I couldn't believe, though, when we got the replacement helmet, that one didn't work either. I mean, poor Derek, who's the absolute best, handling the helmets on the sideline. You know, we're trying to figure it out. But, yeah, we got to a good call on that third down play we've been working on. Kenny ran it in. Mason had a really nice block. And then, thankfully, we didn't need really the helmet on the last drive, but it was kind of back to normal a little bit.
What was Aaron trying to give you?
Yeah, there's a wristband. So I've been kind of, most of my career, anti-wristband. Mike McCarthy was always anti-wristband. But Matt LaFleur has the longest play calls in the league. I mean, Mike McDaniel actually probably does. But Matt had some long ones. So I started wearing the wristband. And so I haven't been wearing it this year. But Mason likes to have the wristband on the sideline. And he threw it out to me. And I thought the backup helmet was going to work, so I threw it back and ran out there, and the backup helmet wasn't working. So we were, in some communication issues.
Aaron, how would you describe how your teammates handled that moment? What was it like to be with them in that situation?
Which one?
The end of the game, that last drive you guys had.
That was good. I mean, we talked. We had 2:20 to start, and no timeouts. And I just said, let's try and finish the game with the. Let's run it down there and score with not much time left. So the reminder is always, in that situation, yards over time until you get to a minute. And, called just kind of a slant on the backside and a three-man combination away. Calvin made a nice catch and run. Let it go to 2 minutes, and then we had some efficient passes. And looked like there might have been a hold on the second down, but we came back and converted on third down. It was kind of pandemonium, but we knew we still had some time on the clock. And then, Lamar was making some wild plays tonight, which you expect because he's such a talented player. He's going to be a gold jacket when it's all said and done. But I'm glad they missed that last one.
Aaron, you talked about not making it easy on yourselves over the course of the season. This team's dealt with a lot of adversity. It's shown a lot of resilience. Where do you feel like that's come from, that you guys always seem to get back up off the mat?
I think there's a lot of belief in the leadership of the team. I think there's an important part of the leadership role in being as even keel as possible and always believing you got a chance. But it takes moments like this. We back in 2010, we were 9-6 playing Chicago last game of the year, and we eked out a close one in the fourth quarter, 10-3, and it gave us a little bit of belief. And then we went on a run where we were underdogs, I believe, the entire playoffs. We're underdogs at home tonight against our division rival. I think it's going to give us some belief. Now we're playing, I believe, the Texans. Is that right? They're coming off 9 in a row, I think. So who knows if they'll make us an underdog again at home. But the belief level in the locker room after a win like this is exponentially greater, which is what you want to have going into next week. And then obviously we had DK back.
Aaron, Patrick Queen just said that he didn't watch that last field goal attempt, that he just stared straight ahead. Did you watch the last field goal?
Of course, yeah, I watched it.
What was going through your mind?
A lot of emotions. Couldn't believe we're in that position. Hope he doesn't make it. It's always kind of, you watch the kicker. I was watching Ben too because he was trying to block it. You're watching the kicker and the ball just seemed to be heading right to start. So, it's chaos, disbelief, gratitude, a lot of emotions. Just really, really thankful, and that's why I told Mr. Rooney and Andy and Omar just to be able to get brought in here and be a part of this team, and just the way I bonded with the guys and the way they've put their arms around me and allowed me to be myself and listen to me and let me lead and inspire me the way they have. It's a good group of guys.
Man, it's another one in the history of this series, man. It's an honor to be a part of this rivalry with that group. Got a lot of respect for them, man. Obviously, it was a 60-minute football game, but I'm just happy for those guys in that locker room. They fought and fought and fought, not only tonight, but throughout the entire journey, and so we move forward. I'm thankful for that. I'm excited about what lies ahead, not only the game next week, but the work in front of it, because that's how we get there. That's how we engineer victory. The guys had a great week this week, and I think they put that on display. We supported one another. Certainly wasn't easy. Defense supported offense when offense needed to be supported. Offense supported defense when defense needed to be supported, and that's team. And we're AFC North champions, and that sounds good and it feels good. But we didn't come here for that. We came here for what lies ahead, and so excited about that. Thankful. Got some bumps and bruises associated with play. We'll assess that. I hear we got a Monday night game, which is great. It's an additional day. We're gonna need it. And I'll pause and open up for questions.
Mike, what did you guys do in the second half to shut down Derek? I think he only had 14 rushing yards in the second half.
You know, the guys just played hard. They did. I didn't feel like he was running wild in the first half, although his numbers said that he was. I think the 2 times we saw him this year, man, we worked hard to make him earn it. He's a special player. They're a special group in terms of what they do around him and in that phase of the game, and you know, so you're not going to be able to shut him down all the time. But I thought we were game for the fight for sure.
Mike, what was it like to be in that moment with Aaron and the way he led them back?
You know, I've admired him from afar for a long time. It's good to do it with him. But again, as I've said multiple times here in recent weeks, this was the vision in the spring when we pursued him. That's why you do business with a 41, 42-year-old guy. Been there, done that. Guy with a resume like his. He's not only capable, man, he thrives in it. And I think he put that on display tonight.
You have to put a lot of those 41 and 42 years into whatever was going on with the headset and the helmets on that goal-to-go series.
It's going to be challenges like that. There's always the unforeseen in this game. We dealt with it. It didn't prevent us from winning, and so we move on.
Coach, what did it mean to have T.J. Watt back and for him to make that splash play, interception?
You know, this series has been defined by great players, you know. Earlier this week, I was talking about T.J. and Lamar. You know, I didn't question whether either guy was going to show up, you know, because that's just the nature of this thing, man. Their relationship is tied together for life, man, just like Big Ben and Suggs. It's the men that make this rivalry what it is, and those 2 guys put that on display. Certainly, I'm glad TJ is with us, but tip of the cap to Lamar because he's a tremendous athlete and competitor.
Coach, talk about Boswell. I know you didn't prefer it the way everything went, but how the team actually picked Boswell up after Boswell won so many games for this team in the past.
It's just team. Like I said, we supported one another throughout. Offense, defense, special teams. That's what good teams do, and that's what we did tonight.
What did you see? What happened on the 2 long touchdowns to Zay Flowers? What kind of breakdown did you see?
It was good plays by them, negligence by us. On the first one, man, I thought we had Lamar in the backfield. He came out of I think 2 men had him, and so you respect that component of his game, and you know, we probably overplayed the short yardage situation on the second one. But, you know, you just got to compliment him for the talent and competitor that he is. He fought tooth and nail, man, to lead his team to victory, and you got to just respect that.
Coach, no DK Metcalf this game. Last game, you were only able to score 6 points. You scored 26 tonight. So what was the difference last week versus this week to be able to score 26 points?
As I said last week and leading up to this game, it was reasonable to expect us to be better. It's one more additional game without him. You don't stay the same. There's growth associated in last week's performance. If we change nothing, I expected us to be better. But certainly we're going to do whatever it is we need to do to get better and improve. Calvin Austin played in this one. He didn't play last week, and I think you felt the effects of him in game. And so that's just how it goes.
About the impact of Jalen Warren in that regard, especially some of those catches in the flat.
Man, we got two awesome backs, and their efforts are appreciated not only in the running game but in the passing game. And certainly Jalen was big, Kenny G was big. Just appreciative of that tandem.
Mike, you were asked on.
Hello, folks. Welcome in here. Steelers win the division. Steelers win the AFC North 26-24. Always a classic between these two rivals. And holy crap, it did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. Aaron Rodgers leading Pittsburgh back, folks. In just a moment, we'll have Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers at the podium for the post-game press conference. And, folks, I can't believe it. This is literally what you brought Aaron Rodgers in for, down to the T. Ravens, end of season, end of game. Aaron Rodgers, go win the division. And Charlie, he did.
Oh my God. I'm still shaking from that. I mean, this is what Steelers games are. It appears that the football gods do not allow any team to win the AFC North 3 times in a row. Lamar should have realized that. Not kidding, but wow. I mean, I just don't have any words for that. It's circumstance. You have a untested kicker who still has some inconsistency since he's a rookie. He's not great from deep. You know how it is kicking at Heinz Field with the river and the winds coming in from both directions. It's unpredictable and it's difficult. And you
have TJ Watt getting an interception with a collapsed lung.
Ask Charlie what he's going to say to George.
I already said it. I wasn't. It's too late to grandstand. I'll get him in the morning. But I was
get him tomorrow. The heartbreak will really set in the morning tomorrow. But they literally.
It's Christmas break, but one of my teachers emailed me ahead of this game we're going to get you. And so I have a lot of people that I have to catch up with tomorrow who've been talking shit about the Steelers. And I'm going to definitely enjoy those conversations. That's the best part about living down here is when we win and when we sweep the Ravens and win the division, I get to go to school and bully a bunch of people about it for a week.
In the manner they won is what unbelievable.
The Steelers literally signed Aaron and 6 months ago said, Aaron, go win the division, and he actually did. That's unbelievable.